Hare Krishna. Suffering doesn't have to be isolating, it can be integrating. When we face problems, when we face adversities in life, at that time, often our mind raises this question, why me? And especially if we get sickness or we get criticism or we get something like that, which makes us feel which makes us suffer while others seem to be going on normally with their life enjoying, then that makes us feel even worse, that why am I suffering like this? We start feeling very isolated, very lonely, and that loneliness becomes the opportunity for the mind to beat us further. So the mind first gets us alone and then it devours us. It beats us. It's like if a person wants to rob if a thief wants to rob someone, if that person is with others, it's difficult to rob. So the mind gets us alone and then gets us. Now what we need to do is we shouldn't let ourselves get isolated. So when suffering comes, it can also be integrating. How? Because although the specific problem that we are facing may not be being faced by others, but the principle of there being problems is common to material existence. Suffering in this material world is democratic. It comes to everyone, be they wealthy, be they highly educated, be they very good looking, be they having lots of connections. Still, suffering comes upon everyone in this material existence. Krishna talks about this in the Bhagavad-gita 8.15 when he says, he talks about this twice actually. 8.15 says, Mamupetya punarjanma dukhalema shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gataha. He says that this world is dukkhale ashashvata. It is temporary, it's a place of misery. And those who become devoted to him, they do not come back to this miserable world. They attain his abode. And similarly, 9.33 Krishna states that Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasva mam. Therefore, having attained this temporary joyless place, please worship me, bhajasva mam. So essentially, suffering is a fact of life. And if we recognize this commonality of suffering, that the specific form of suffering may vary, but the principle that we all have to suffer is common. And when we understand that, then we can move forwards in our journey towards Krishna, recognizing that it is in absorption in Krishna that there is relief from suffering. So it can actually integrate us with Krishna rather than separate us from him. So sometimes we may get isolated thinking that, oh, God is not helping me, and we may go away from others and we may go away from God because of suffering. But if we see suffering as an impetus to move closer to Krishna, recognizing that actually, although the specific form of suffering I am getting maybe not be common, but everybody is suffering, and this suffering is a reminder for me that I do not belong to this world, that I am not meant for a life isolated from Krishna. I am meant to be a life connected with Krishna, integrated with Krishna. Integrated not in the sense of merging, but integrated in terms of harmonizing. And when we do that, we get relief. So further, actually even the specific forms of suffering that we go through, there are people who are going through those forms of sufferings. And if we recognize what is happening to us has also happened to others, and it may happen to others also in future, then we can commiserate with them better. We can understand their situation better, and we can help them better, and we can help them to seek Krishna's help better. Because once we have gone through a particular situation, we know how the mind works, we know how the body functions or doesn't function, we know what society says in those situations, and we can, with our experience, help them. Thus, suffering, instead of making us alone, isolating us, it can integrate us with Krishna by deepening our conviction that it is only by absorption in Krishna that I can get real relief and real happiness, and it can integrate us with others because it can actually sympathize with them more, and thus we can move closer to them also. And when this happens, we see when suffering brings about this positive integrating effect on us, then that suffering fulfills its ultimate purpose. In fact, life's ultimate purpose of moving closer to Krishna and attaining Krishna gets fulfilled thus. And we ultimately go beyond the realm of all suffering to Krishna's abode. And even while we are in this world, by our absorption in Krishna, by our concern for others who are suffering, we don't let the mind make the problems bigger than what they need to be. Thank you. Hare Krishna.